Six Flags Great Adventure has just announced the closure of two of their roller coasters, Kingda and Green Lantern, and with that announcement, they have also announced their plans to build a record-breaking new launch coaster for 2026. In this video, we will discuss what this new coaster could be and what records it could break. One of the most discussed possible replacements is a Mack Extreme Spinner. We know that these are incredible roller coasters that deliver some of the best ride experiences in the world. Everybody wants to see another one of these built in the US after the praise Ride to Happiness received. However, most people are thinking it will be like the concept that was sent out in surveys for Kings Island, which was a shuttle version. This concept featured an upside-down launch as well as a giant curved spike. If this is built, I'm wondering if Six Flags would make one of the spikes 400 feet tall to keep Kingda's legacy. The train doesn't even have to reach that height to claim that height for the coaster. Just look at Escape from Krypton at Magic Mountain. Personally, I think this ride would be absolutely crazy. An upside-down spinning launch would be something completely unique, and that massive spinning twisted drop would probably be one of the best, if not the best, in the entire world. Even if it was just 200 feet, it would be incredible. On the other hand, I'm not sure if this would be a worthy replacement for the legendary Kingda. If they're going to replace a one-trick pony, they shouldn't do it with another one-trick pony. And I say that not as an insult to the extreme spinning model, but rather towards the idea of this installation being a shuttle with a short layout and the best element by far being one huge drop. All that being said though, I believe that this specific extreme spinner could still be an amazing coaster. Sticking with Mack for the next possibility, Great Adventure could just add a traditional Mack multi-launch coaster. If they do go with this option, I find it would be a little hard to break a record. Mack's launch coasters typically aren't that large in height, speed, or length, so the park could go after the North American inversion record. That record currently belongs to Steel Curtain at Kennywood, but Alpine Fury at Canada's Wonderland will tie it when that coaster opens in 2025. For the most part, Mack launches are infamous for being weak, so if Great Adventure does choose Mack Rides, I hope the launches are stronger. They are capable of making stronger launches. Voltron at Europa Park has been said to have forceful launches, and that coaster does have a vertical launch at the start of the layout, so maybe Great Adventure will create the tallest, fastest, or longest vertical launch coaster. I do really like the possibilities of both of these. Mack has been creating some fantastic rides as of late, so I hope they can continue that with this coaster. One of the more interesting possibilities I can see happening is a premier launch coaster. At one point, this park did have a launch coaster from that manufacturer, with Batman and Robin the Chiller, but that coaster was very short-lived due to prolonged reliability issues. However, Premier has long moved on to making much more reliable coasters with LSM rather than LIM launches. We just saw Canada's Wonderland announce a massive record-breaking Premier coaster for 2025. It looks like a phenomenal ride, and I think it will be the best coaster in all of Canada. Will we see Great Adventure take a similar route, and could they possibly break that record with 10 inversions? It would still feature a punchy launch, obviously not the same as Ka, but still a solid launch. Great Adventure could also pack it with all kinds of wacky and unique inversions, but still add a plethora of airtime moments. The inversions on Alpine Fury look fantastic, so hopefully they can create some more unique and awesome inversions for this coaster. Overall, if Great Adventure does choose Premier, it would be a unique and diverse ride experience, and I think would be a great replacement for Kingda. Six Flags could also go with S&S. We know that they have worked with S&S in the past on a record-breaking launch coaster when they built Max Force at Great America in 2019. I think this ride would have a powerful compressed air launch into some kind of tall inversion or top hat, with a short layout after in a similar fashion to Max Force. Great Adventure could take the record for the world's tallest double inversion, or maybe even the quickest acceleration. The park would have to break 80 miles per hour in under 1.8 seconds to break Stealth at Thorpe Park and Max Force's acceleration record. And to break the inversion height record, Great Adventure would need to top 239 feet set by Spitfire, which will open at Six Flags Qiddiya in Saudi Arabia in 2025. I just hope if they build this coaster, they add a little bit more of a layout after, not just two elements. Great Adventure could also utilize Green Lantern's plot, which could add 3 to 4 elements. Perhaps it wouldn't be too expensive, as Max Force was a relatively cheap $15 million, but the biggest problem would be capacity. Max Force doesn't have particularly long trains, and the cycle times would be longer with the extended layout. Of course, they could just add a mid-course brake run, but I think that would hurt the pacing on such a fast-paced ride. On the other hand, I'm not sure Great Adventure would be dispatching trains fast enough for the longer layout to even make a difference, as long as they are running 2 trains. I think if they were to build this, it would be pretty close to the perfect coaster to replace Ka, and would also be the closest we will ever get to replicating that ride experience with a brand new coaster, featuring a punchy launch into a giant element with a solid layout after as a bonus. The penultimate coaster in this video is a Vekoma multi-launch. I don't think this is really much of a possibility, as Great Adventure just added a Vekoma Super Boomerang, which is set to open this coming year. That being said, I would love to see a park in the US finally add one of these. We've seen the success of these in Europe, most notably Abyssus at Energylandia. These new age launch coasters are extremely smooth, have awesome layouts that really flow, and have good forces as well. While one of these installations wouldn't be a headliner at Great Adventure by any stretch, it would certainly be a big crowd pleaser. And finally, the last option I see Great Adventure adding is an Intamin multi-launch. Even after all these years, Intamin is still the king of the multi-launch coaster. Even just in America, we have Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure, Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and Maverick at Cedar Point. And then overseas they've built stuff like the incredible Gotham Cityscape at Parque Warner Madrid. I think this is one of the top 2 coaster models in the world right now, right along the RMC I-Box. Anyways, the real question is if the new Six Flags will consider working with Intamin now. For so long, the legacy Cedar Fair parks simply wouldn't buy anything from them, and Six Flags couldn't really afford any large-scale Intamin creations for a while towards the end. We all would love to see them get their shot here at one of the flagship Six Flags parks, but I definitely won't be banking on it. If it happens, however, it will definitely be a win for enthusiasts and the general public alike. And that will do it for this video on Six Flags Great Adventure. What coaster do you think they will look to add next? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching.